Really funny moment on Fox News. And I actually am going to defend Griff Jenkins, sort of. Griff Jenkins is a guy at Fox News that I've never seen him do anything particularly interesting. And one of the things that he sometimes does is he goes out in public and talks to people about what they're thinking on politics. And okay, we could sort of debate the value of that. What he did recently was he was out at the Tastee Diner in Bethesda, Maryland. And this was shortly after Donald Trump fired FBI Director James Comey. Of course, Donald Trump didn't say it was because he wanted to try to interrupt the Trump-Russia investigation, but we can all sort of read into that, that at least that seems to have played a factor. Griff Jenkins goes over to this guy at this diner in Bethesda, Maryland, and the timing of it is hilarious because as soon as the guy mentions maybe the investigation was getting too close to figuring out what happened with Putin, the interview is ended seemingly abruptly. But I am actually going to defend Griff Jenkins, okay? This video has gone viral. Let's take a look at the video first.
Bottom line, Pat, what do you make of the firing? Thumbs up or thumbs down on that decision?
Well, I think it should have been done much earlier. I think to be too Machiavellian about it, why does it take such a long time for these guys to arrive at this conclusion? Is it because we're getting too tight, finding out too much information about the Putin? Is that?
Well, thank you. We're getting tight on time. I just wanted to tell you, too, we're going to be talking to folks here. Steve Krasner, he's actually staying around.
Yeah, whoa, Putin, what? We're tight on time. Let's go talk to this other guy here in a different part of the restaurant. You can sort of imagine the producer in Griff Jenkins' ear saying, abort, abort, walk away from that man. The reality is, and I don't want to defend Fox News. I don't want to go out of my way to defend Fox News, but this video has gone so viral that I do want to mention that these segments are pretty tightly timed. And more than likely, this segment was ending anyway at that point. And Griff Jenkins actually commented on this on Twitter in response to List Power One, who tweeted about this video saying, Liz, I always open to criticism, but in fairness, I only had 2.5 minutes for the entire segment and gave all but 5 to 10 seconds to him. Not a fair attack. And I think that that's probably true. What is the point of these segments? Does anyone really believe that this is a completely representative cross-section of what people think about any particular issue? I don't know. I mean, obviously, in some sense it is. It is a guy who has an opinion. I don't know how much we glean from these types of interviews. Once it actually turned out Fox News did this, and they were interviewing some producer or an employee of some kind of Fox News as a random voice on the street, and no disclosure was given whatsoever. But that aside, I was curious with this issue of the James Comey firing. What narrative is Fox News taking on it? How can they cover the Comey thing without talking about the Trump-Russia part of the story? And they're basically just pretending everything's fine. Since the inauguration, there's been this general attitude, with a few exceptions. Everything's fine. Liberals are only mad at Trump because he's a conservative. It's not clear he's a conservative. He seems to be an authoritarian more than anything, and just pretending like everything's fine and dandy. And we've done prior reports about how acutely underinformed primary Fox News viewers are. If you're only watching Fox News right now, you may not have any sense that this is an administration that in its first nearly 4 months has been riddled in more scandals than the Obama administration had over an entire 8 years. Some of those scandals, non-scandals whatsoever, like Obama wore a light-colored suit when talking about something serious. Your perception of reality could, as a result of mostly getting your news from Fox News, could not possibly be more skewed than it is right now. Make sure to sign up, davidpakman.com/membership, patreon.com/davidpakmanshow. We're doing what we can to make up for a 66% loss in ad revenue as a result of YouTube adpocalypse. And every single person that signs up is really helping to undo the damage that has been done by many big corporate dollars being pulled out of YouTube. And we appreciate everybody that signed up or pledged in the last month or so.